just go to neura.com. This is our product page. So this is our website. So you just go here and click sign up. The sign up is a very simple, easy process. You just go here, enter your email address, just say click on continue. So that will send an email, email to your email address. Just open it up, click on the link that you have there to start onboarding yourself onto this platform. Okay, so I'll show you what else, what happens when you do that. That's the simple and very easy sign up process. It hardly takes a minute or two for you to get started with Neura. Okay, so now let's look at if you're already a user, where do you start off with? So we have here our login page. You just enter your login credentials. So right now I'm using my login credentials here. So I'll just log into this platform. So this is what you see here. Let me start with onboarding the entire institute. So now the first part of onboarding is basically to get your entire institute as a virtual copy. So the first part we would be doing is having your institute settings. So let me show you the institute profile. So once you come in here, you will be able to set up your institute profile. So you can change your logo, you can change your institute name, address, everything. So once you're done, just click update and all that will be reflected into your institute details. So now the next part is to onboard all your teachers and students onto this platform. So here we have something called as classroom management, and you have different options here. The first one is student management. So we have already added a lot of students here. I'll quickly show you how you will be doing it. So you'll just click on this create student. You can enter the details. You can add one by one. You also notice here there's an option to upload bulk upload the students. So basically what you will be doing here is you'll be downloading this Excel sheet, filling in all the student data, and then just say submit, and this would bring all your students onto this platform. Okay, so now similarly you have the same procedure to onboard your teachers as well. Again, the same thing, you add your teachers either one by one or do a bulk upload and bring all your teachers onto this platform. So we have something called as course management here. So here, what you see here is there are a lot of curriculums. Some of them are that comes with preloaded with Neura. Some of these are created by some of our people who have been trying out this platform. So you see here that the platform already comes with preloaded content for CBSE. That's one of the curriculums. There are other curriculums also listed here. So you have multiple options with the curriculums here. You can either use the preloaded curriculum that comes with the platform, or you have an option, you have a flexibility to modify this curriculum. Let's say I don't want everything out of this. I can cherry pick whatever I want and create my own curriculum, or you can completely ignore all of this. Let's say I have already brought third-party content. So I already have the content, I just want to create it. So you just use this create curriculum option, and you can create your classes. You can class-wise topics, then subjects, then add all the content into that, and you can create your own complete curriculum. So I will also show you how a teacher will also be able to use this curriculum once you have created here. So now we are looking at the first step, which is basically creating a virtual copy of your classroom. So here we are basically looking at how do you create a virtual copy by creating teachers, students, and the curriculum. Again, don't get stuck because it says curriculum. You don't only have to create curriculums. There are other activities that may be happening. Let's say there's also a dance class or a music class. Okay, you can go ahead and create a short curriculum for music as well. So you can create a topic there, add various images, videos that you want to add, any text, documents, whatever you have, presentations, you can add here and create that. So if you see here, some of the might be available. Let's say someone has created it for music. So you can do this as well. So now let's go back to the last part, which is we also talked about classroom 3.0 scenario, where the digital devices are not just lying in your class, but they are actually intelligent to communicate with our platform. So if you're using any of Cybernetics devices, you can actually integrate them with Neura Cloud. You can just add your device here, select the kind of device you're using and add it, and your device will be able to communicate to Neura and use the curriculum that we have set here. So the device already comes with preloaded teaching applications. So that teaching application can actually access this when the teacher is actually in the class teaching. apart from this device management, not only that the devices can be used to access this content, but the devices can also be used for sending messages from the admin. Let's say I'm an admin and I have deployed say cybernetics devices in many classrooms or in my entire institute, and now I want to send a message. So I have this option called as broadcast, where I can just click a broadcast message and send it in one click to all the classrooms in the entire institute. This way, communication from the admin or the management to all the classrooms is done very easily with a click of a button. You don't have to go to every classroom to inform. Just sitting at the staff room or wherever you are seated, just send this message from there. So you have an option here to create a class. Again, click this class. You can name the way you want it. It can be, let's say, for example, it can be class 10, class 1, or it can be class 1 maths, depending on how you want to use it. You can create unlimited classes here. So let me open up one of the classes that we have already created. Let me open up this. So now you see here in the classroom, you have a button to add students. So you can add the students who are part of this class. You can also add teachers who will be working with this class or who will be teaching with this class. So you create this again, the entire virtual classroom here. So basically you create a class, add teachers and students, and then you are ready to go. Okay. If you're also interested, you can also attach a particular syllabus to it. Again, this syllabus comes from the course management. So if you had a music here, you can attach music to that. If you have some particular 10A syllabus that you want to attach, you can do that as well. Okay. So now let's go back. So what we saw was basically creating a virtual copy of your entire institute. So this is as simple as that. You add teachers, students, create classroom, bring them into the classes, and your job is done. So this is one-time job. The admin will be doing it. Once it is done, all the teachers, students who have been added to this platform would have received an email. So they can open up their email, click on the sign up option, then they will enter their username, password, and they'll be onto the system. So now we'll go to the next part, which is like how is this platform useful for the teachers. So now let me go back to, so as if I was a teacher, I would just go to neura.com and click on login and enter my credentials. So I would be seeing something like this. So if the teacher is actually teaching in multiple classes, you will see multiple classes shown here. So you select whichever class you want to, then you will notice that all the lessons that you had created, you remember Neura can also be used as a content authoring tool. So all the content that you have created is already available in the same tool. You don't have to use multiple tools to create it and use it. So if you want to create, just click on this, let's say. So you will see the content authoring tool here. Now you have options to write, you have options to add text, shapes. Then the interesting part here is that you remember we created the curriculum there, right? So all the curriculum that is created now is available to the teacher in the content authoring part. Say, let's say I have created certain curriculum called CBSE, and let's say I'm a class 10 teacher. So I can go here directly. Let's say I want to teach mathematics, real numbers, and let's say I want to teach Euclid's division. So all the content that was already preloaded onto this platform or you have added for your institute is already available now. So all the teacher has to do is like what was shown in the diagram. So the teacher has to just click drag and drop and the content will appear here. So it will also show the teacher what are the other links available on the internet where they can get more information related to this specific topic. And then all the other videos that may be available on the internet that the teacher can use for teaching. So again, click the videos dropped onto the canvas. So similarly, you can also search for anything else. Let's say, for example, for mitochondria. So you go here. So you search the topic, the related videos pop up, the reading material, the text automatically pops up, the images pop up. So all you have to do is drag and drop onto this canvas and you'll have all this. So this way you can easily create content and you can start using this. So let me go back and let's see the content that we have created. So this is the content authoring part of it, where we showed you how to easily and quickly create a content, and you can this makes teachers' job very easy to just drag and drop few things onto this canvas and the teacher is ready to go with the teaching part. Okay, so now here will be the next part we'll be looking at is how this tool will also help in teaching, not only managing your entire institute, creating a virtual copy of your institute, not only creating content, not only managing the content for the institute, but also how this same tool can be used for teaching as well. So let's say I've been teaching photosynthesis. Let's say this is the third session that I'm taking. So I'll just open up this. So this is the content I have already created. So let's say tomorrow I'll be teaching photosynthesis. So I'll just open up this tool. I'll create this, this entire lesson. So once this is done, I can easily share it with my students. So if you see here, we have an option called publish here. So the moment you just click here, the lesson gets notified to the student. You should be seeing now two screens on your monitor. So the left screen will be my screen, which I'll be acting as a teacher. On the right, you should be seeing Gaurav's screen, which will be showing the student part of it. Let me go back and share this lesson. So what you see there is actually the student view. So the moment I click on this publish, so it will automatically get reflected to the student.
And so here you can see, as a student, I got the notification on my screen. And when I click on this notification icon, I can see a teacher has published a photosynthesis lesson, which I can click on this, and immediately you can see this is the student screen. You will be seeing the screen like this. One side it is Anand's screen, and the one side it is my screen. So what you can do is you can make the slider, you can increase the slider to make it equal if you want to see both the things side by side. So here you can see this is the student screen, and I'm able to access what the teacher has created the content, and I can go ahead and learn this entire lesson at my own pace, and I can understand about the topic whichever teacher has shared, and then I can also see the questions which are there at the end. So I can move ahead only in the lesson. I can change the pages and I can do things, but I cannot change any order of the lesson which teacher has created.
So now let's look at the next part, which is the teaching part of it. So what we saw was it is very quick and easy. With a click of a button, I did not have to select where are my students, what all students are a part of it. You remember the admin did it in the first, when he created a class, he already done the job for us. I don't have to now worry about who are part of my class. As a teacher, all I have to do is just click on this publish button, and whoever is a part of this class, irrespective of whether it is 50, 100 or how many ever it is, it will be immediately shared with all those at one shot. And the student will get a notification. They can study at home. So the next day when they come to the class, the discussion is more deeper rather than starting from scratch. So now there are a few specialities about the canvas that we're talking here. So the entire canvas is actually a shared canvas. So whatever I do here gets reflected on the student side. So the canvas itself is collaborative by nature. So when I mark something on my screen, you'll notice that the student screen automatically gets marked. So we have not done any screen sharing here. We are not doing any video conferencing here for this, for the canvas to get reflected on the student side. The canvas is built in such a way that it is already shared. It's a shared canvas by default.
And moreover, when the teacher allows to the students to collaborate, they can also write and share their input directly onto the canvas from this side. So this will be reflected onto the teacher's screen also.
So if you see, whatever Gaurav marked, I am able to see, and whatever I marked, Gaurav is able to see, who's acting like a student. Not only the canvas is collaborative, you can also have a conferencing solution as well, so that when the teacher is showing something, the end students can also hear and see. To do that, I'll just be clicking on Go Live. So again, the moment I click Go Live here, so the moment I click Go Live, I have a couple of options here. So do I want to start virtual tutoring as an audio video or just audio conferencing? So in case where the bandwidth is a concern, where the students are in a really remote places where internet is a challenge. So even with a working internet connection, just the audio tutoring is good enough. Or if you want to do a full-fledged video tutoring, you can just select video tutoring and just click confirm. So the moment you click here, you will notice that the class starts, and I'll be able to log into the class automatically. I would let first you see the student side, what Gaurav is showing.
On the student side, there are two ways. You can see the notification. One, they can get the notification in the notification window over here that the teacher is taking a live class of photosynthesis. Click here to join now. Either you can click directly here, or in case you're already in the class, in the dashboard, you can see this, there's live button over here. Or if you're directly in the class, immediately as soon as the teacher starts the class, you will see this window popped up from the side, which is asking you to join from audio.
As a teacher, now you'll see that I have an options here. I can join audio. I can have share my video, and I also have an option to share my screen. So let me share my video here. So the moment I share my video here, the video gets transferred to the student side. So all the students can now see the teacher's video as well. So this is one part of it. So where the students can see the teacher. The next part is if the teacher wants to, let's say, want now continue teaching and say he wants to switch the pages. So you'll notice that the student's page automatically switches. So when the teacher is teaching, so he has a complete control over what the student also sees. So the student doesn't have to manually change the page when the teacher is changing. Okay, so say next part is like, say when the teacher is teaching, teacher wants to validate whether the students have understood the topic properly or not. So for that we have an option called as polling. So I can raise a quick poll to find out whether the students have understood or not. Let's say, for example, I have here a question with 4 options. I'll just select which, I'll just post a poll here, and you'll notice that the student already receives a poll which has the options for A, B, C, or D. So the moment the students answer, I will get the confirmation here that how many students have actually answered and what is the response. So I know that whether even when I'm teaching remotely, even though the students are not in front of me, I'll still be able to gauge whether the students have actually understood this topic properly, or should I reiterate, or should I re-explain certain parts of this entire session. So similarly, you can create multiple polls. You can continue to create, like say, true or false kind of questions, everything that is possible from here. So let us go back. So then you have the teacher can also see all the students who have joined here. This is very important right now. Many of the video conferencing platforms, you see that you see all funny names coming in because the students can actually join with any name. But here you see that the names that you see here are the ones that has been added by the admin. So this makes it very easy for the teacher to know who all have joined, and which student is interacting, which student is talking, which student is drawing on the canvas. Everything the teacher has a control, and the teacher knows that clearly. Then there are options to chat. You can discuss here. So all these options are available. You also have an option to make your screen full screen. Share. Teacher can also share the screen. Let's say, for example, already this is a complete solution here. But say the teacher wants to show some other applications that are already installed on her laptop. Then she can also share the screen here. So once you want to share the screen, you have an option to choose whether entire desktop has to share, or a part of the application has to be shared. So the teacher can select that and say share. The same will get reflected onto the student side.
So as a student, as soon as the teacher is sharing the screen, so I have an option. I can actually make the screen bigger, and I can see it on the full screen, and at the same time I can see the teacher video also on the window.
So now the teacher can use all the tools that she has on her side to show these things to the students. So other applications that are also available can also be shown to the students, other than just the canvas and the whiteboard that we are talking about, through the screen share options as well. So if you see here in this entire Neura platform, screen sharing is just one of the options. So there are a lot of tools that are already combined together as a part of Neura. So now let me go back and stop the screen share. Let me stop my video as well. Okay, so this is about a quick view of the video conferencing functionality and how a live class or a virtual class can be taken up. So now the last part is, so if you see here, the moment I click end, the class gets automatically ended, and the student's session will be automatically closed. So here the student's role of joining the class is as simple as just opening the application. Automatically he'll be taken into the session. Automatically the session will exit. I don't have to share any credentials. I don't have to share him a link, ask him to join. All of this is not needed. Everything is taken care by the platform itself. Next part is also one of the important things, like we talked about poll, but poll is just to understand whether the students are able to catch what you're teaching. The next part is that whether they have really understood this. So usually teachers want to conduct certain tests or assessments. So you have a module here called as tests. So if you see at the moment you click test, you'll see the test that the teacher has already taken. So if you want to create a new assignment, just create a new assignment. So I have created a sample assignment for the topic that I was teaching. So here you can you have a lot of options to create questions. So you can create multiple choice questions, or true and false kind of questions, or a picture question where you can say which one is right. And you also have an option to import from SAR. So this is basically again your content course management repository. So if you have added questions there, the questions can again be pulled in here directly into the assessment. So now if you see here, the entire platform is viewed together. So whatever you have done in one place can actually be utilized in many places. Similarly, one of the key highlights of our platform, especially in terms of assessment, is to automatically generate the questions. So the moment you click here, so we have an AI question generator. Let's say, for example, I have some topic, so I can just copy content from a PDF or a textbook or any online material and just paste it here. So my AI will actually run in the background and give me a set of questions. I will have an ability to select the question, modify the question, and add it to my question bank. So these are the sample questions I have created here. As a teacher, before sharing it with my students, I can have a quick preview. It shows the description, everything here, and see how the students will be seeing this. So this is how the students will be seeing it. It shows the questions and the number of marks attached to each of the questions. So I can quickly run through this. So I also have an option to take a picture kind of questions where I show different pictures and ask the student to select the right one. Okay. This is about the assessment part. Now coming to the settings, you also have a settings. Let's say, for example, you don't want everyone to see the same questions in the same order or the options in the same order. You have options to shuffle these, and you can set the due date. All of this is automatically taken care. So if you want to also share certain information, the rubrics with the students, so that's there, like whether there's a negative marking, whether each question has the same marks, different marks. So all of this can actually be configured. This is the theme you can assign, and then you have students. Again, this is coming from the class that admin had created. So again, teacher has nothing to do here. All the teacher has to do is just to publish this. So now if you see, the moment I publish this automatically now again appears on the student side.
So here you can see on the student screen, I can again get a notification that teacher has published an assessment, photosynthesis. So I can just click on this. If right now I want to take that assessment, I can click on that and I can start the assessment, start taking the test. So here you can see there is the questions appearing in the similar fashion what was there on the teacher side. And also one thing you can notice is there is a pen over here, pen tool, which also allows the student to write and solve the question. If there is any mathematical problem or a mathematical equation needs to be solved, I can use that on this rough area to solve that question and immediately get the answer and then talk about it. So I can simply just draw anything or like whatever question I wanted to solve, I can do that. So once it is done, so I can just proceed with the text over here.
Once the student is answering, once the student have answered or the students have submitted their answers, so automatically that will get reflected in the teacher's dashboard, where let's say all the tests are here.
You can see that immediately once the student completes the test, you can see how much is the scoring that you have got, 75% score, and how much time it took me to take the test. And also I can see the solution which the teacher would have already created the correct answers for that.
So as a teacher will be able to see the statistics and analytic or insights about what is happening with the assessment. Like say it says two students out of 23 have already responded. This is the response rate. What was the average time taken by the students, and what is the average percentage accuracy? So all that is actually given to a student. Now consider this case of a teacher carrying papers to the classes, taking back papers home, correcting. All that is simplified using this Neura tool, and it's also automated. So that's about the assessment part. The next part we want to quickly touch up upon is the student part. So you have the students here. So because the teacher has already selected the class, so teacher already gets to see the students in this part, and she can easily take the attendance. So she can select who is present, who is absent, mark it, and then confirm the attendance, and the attendance is sent to the for this particular class. Okay, so the attendance module is also comes pre-integrated with the Neura platform. Now the last part we'll also quickly touch upon is the insight and analytics. So all of this is happening. The teacher is taking assessments, the teacher is taking attendance. All this information is actually sent to the admin. So let's go back to the admin part here. So what you see here is basically the classes. So let me say this was the classes where all these things were happening. So now if I go to the insights and analytics here, so it shows what was happening with the attendance, the analytics part. So these graphs will automatically get populated as you take more and more attendance, more and more assessment. So that will help the admin or the school principal to understand what is happening with the school or a college. What is the performance? Is it going up and down? And they can take corrective actions much before the final results come out.